Good afternoon. I'm Heather Bell-Meyer, the President and CEO of the Orange County Chamber of Commerce. I'm joined today by Eric Gihrim, who is the President and CEO of RNR Solutions, which is a member of the Chamber of Commerce for just about a year, just about as long as he's been in business. He's had a career that spanned quite a few decades through retail and hospitality, business development, and management. So, Eric, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Tell us, what is RNR Solutions?
So we're a consulting group. We focus primarily on retail and restaurants. The hospitality industry specifically, we've worked in for about the last 30 years. So we have a lot of experience. We've worked for some really iconic brands and developed some great efficiencies.
Okay. And now, when you say that you work specifically in those industries, what do you do? Let's get granular. What kind of consulting does R&R bring to the table? Why would I, as a restaurant owner, want to hire you?
So I focus primarily on data-driven decision making. So, we use data points to prove and to, develop an action plan that you have results that you can actually track. So you can see the improvement. Let's say you own a restaurant, you own a retail store. Right now, retail stores primarily are focusing on staffing issues, right?
Right.
Restaurants as well. It's one of the hardest things. So how do we fix that, right? So I would come in, I would look at your current staffing levels, what proper staffing levels should be, and then help you develop a plan and, what steps you would need to take to fill any vacancies and, drive retention, functional retention.
So short of the flying glasses and the screaming like we just talked about off screen, this is our local restaurant rescue, retail rescue, right?
Right.
So people can really conceptualize what we're talking about here. You've got that expertise to come in as the outside eyes and say, okay, this is what I've evaluated. This is where I see you need to make these changes to implement growth. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Tell us about some of the scenarios.
So, for the last 3 years prior to starting my own venture, I was working for a partnership group that owns quite a few different franchise brands. I was brought in to help them grow a QSR brand that they had gotten involved with. Pretty large, it had over 1,000 units. They had 2 when I started with them. Quickly opened a 3rd. And in two and a half years, we grew that to 36 units. Leader in system. I developed training programs, analytic programs, basically all the nuts and bolts for a turnkey operation that we could copy and paste in each new unit, right? And it wound up that the main franchisee group actually adopted all of our policies, all of our programs, all of our training.
Great success
So we can take that and move that and downscale that to a single unit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And find those little efficiencies that are going to help that one unit super succeed, because you're focusing all your attention on that.
So you're talking about 2 industries that have been really impacted by the pandemic. Hospitality is just, it's devastated. And the small owners that I know are not really sure if it's ever going to come back. So do you believe that you'll be able to guide them through pandemic pivoting? And I'm going to give you kind of like another branch off of that question, because coming from the nonprofit world, we always had to have that mentality of we don't have money to spend, but you also have to think you have to spend money to make money sometimes. So is there a model that you can present to that small business owner, that family-run business, that restaurant locally that says, we're going to close soon because we just can't manage this anymore? Can you go in there and say, this is the model, you're going to spend this much money, but this is the proven model that you can see growth with?
Absolutely. And, you have to spend money to make money, sure. But there are actions that every business owner can take immediately. Day one, first conversation, that costs nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That are sweat driven, or culturally driven with their staff or with their teams or with their customer base, that will develop, into greater efficiencies or increased profitability, or what it may be. So
Mhm.
it's not all about here's where you have to spend your marketing dollar, here's where you have to spend your labor dollars. You kind of need to examine their specific business and the challenges they face in that space and develop a plan around that.
That's awesome. What makes you unique from other companies that are doing or offering this service?
Well, most come in, and I've worked with consultants for many, many years at other brands, and they focus solely on the cultural or solely on the financial, right?
Okay.
Where we kind of bring both of those together because they're so interwoven. The culture of an organization is what keeps its staff happy, right? That's what keeps retention. A happy staff, longevity and role equals profitability and sales and in efficiencies. And, so they're all kind of interwoven. And most consultants are one or the other, which is kind of interesting because probably at least a dozen that I've worked with really only focused on one.
Sure. Now, I've referred to you as our local restaurant rescue, but you're more than local.
Oh, yes.
R&R is national, international?
I'll go anywhere, right? For the right people that I want to work with, I definitely have no problem traveling. I also have colleagues, spread out, Florida, Ohio, Kentucky. One of my biggest clients right now is in Miami. We can work virtually, we can travel. The world's changed a lot in the last 3 years where, a handful of people were using Zoom, small business wise. Now everyone is.
Yeah.
And it's kind of opened the world up.
Yeah, I agree. Eric, it's been so great to chat with you. I really hope that, some of our businesses that are watching give you a call at 290-3163 or reach out at rnrsolutionsgroup.com. Eric is a valued member of our Orange County Chamber of Commerce, and he has the solutions to help you get through this time and move forward in a really positive way into the next chapter of your business growth. So I would engage at least a conversation to start with, right?
Absolutely.
There you go. So again, Heather Bell-Meyer here, President and CEO of the Orange County Chamber of Commerce. Check out orangeny.com to see all of our upcoming events and as well as the community page for our members' upcoming events. We are sponsored by Wall Radio. We thank them for their patronage. And again, to our board of directors, corporate partners, and our ambassadors, thank you for helping us achieve our mission to be able to support all of the businesses of Orange County. Thank you, Eric. I look forward to continuing to support RNR Solutions as well.
Thank you very much. Nice talking to you.
You as well. Have a great day.